Hey everybody, welcome back to the feature crew. A little bit of an unconventional video today. We saw a world model AI interactive video generator, not even exactly sure what to call it, but we thought it was pretty cool and we wanted to speculate a little bit on what was going on behind the scenes. So we're going to test out Odyssey ML today and see what it's capable of.
So here we are on the landing page for Odyssey ML. You can find them at odyssey.world. So they claim to have a new storytelling medium, which is basically interactive video. Hey, it's supposedly a model that kind of like real-time generates the frames of video that you can then interact with and so on. Going to the actual interactive video experience.odyssey.world. If you go ahead and click, it gives you this kind of cool loading screen, and then I think you get queued. Apparently we're number one in line, so this shouldn't be too long. There we go.
There we go.
So you immediately get into this kind of preview, and you can use WASD to kind of walk around these worlds. So I'll click around these different world channels. There's a little bit of noise.
What am I supposed to understand world channel meaning here? Are they trying to do like a radio station equivalent? Like,
If you switch channels, you get totally different. So you can keep switching around. The audio seems to be the same for all of them, so not really correlated. I don't think these are fully interactive in the sense that, like this looks like a house, but like when you get to the door, you start getting kind of blocked. You can't really go forward. I don't know if that's the
Well,
model itself.
no, it looks like you got
Oh,
caught on the well, that was bad. But it looked like you had gotten caught on the edge of
it just
the
reset
wall
fully
there.
there.
yeah, just reset.
So like can we test out the collisions? Can you try to walk into the wall and see what happens?
I'll go straight here. So you can kind of like maybe try and,
Oh,
whoa,
Yeah.
it just bugged out.
okay.
So if you really keep trying to go through, I think it just kind of resets you. Like let's again try here on the like it's trying to block, but you can kind of see I'm just
Hmm.
continuously going forward. It's getting more and more kind of freaked out. You can see like the vines that continue to take
Oh
more
my,
of the
that's so
screen.
cursed.
But if you walk backwards, I mean,
So,
this
Okay.
almost does feel like it is
Well, it
actually
also
AI
it
generated.
moved you. It moved your
It did.
location.
But it could
It
have
does
also
look
just
AI generated.
regenerated the world, right? It could have, in terms of its understanding, it could just be slightly wrong, like just making entirely like new set of house. Looks like we only have 40 seconds left, but I assume we can continue to requeue. I wonder how far it lets me go into like the open world. So they're doing something with collisions, and oh, okay,
I wonder if you
interesting.
exited some area, like to turn back,
Yeah,
you are exiting the battle zone.
that's what it feels like. It feels like they generate to a certain point. Like if I keep going this way, it's gonna just pull me all the way back to where we were.
Mm,
Let's keep going. So like this is I don't know, some like London cottage. This is what
yeah,
it looks
it's
like.
like a national park of some sort.
Snowy national park. We've got another kind of
Church.
like UK church building. Still seems European with the kind of architecture, low build, bit of a mansion thing going on. And then this, I think we saw this before, right? Some kind of grassy fields, and there's like a, oh, maybe not. I thought there was a dungeon thing. Oh, maybe it's
Oh,
over
but you
there.
can go over there.
Yeah.
yeah. Can you go in anything?
Nah, so whenever you start trying to
Yeah,
go
you
into
can.
something, like you can go down here, right? This kind of dungeon looking thing.
Okay.
Yeah, go down.
Oh
Oh,
It
no, it
just,
teleported me.
it spawns you out. So I think there's
wait, that's
certain
really
triggers.
strange.
Yeah.
Dylan and I, in our testing before the video, had tried that last world, and we started inside the dungeon, and we were able to exit the dungeon successfully.
Mhm.
Like that's why it's kind of confusing for me to see that teleport behavior. But Chris, go ahead. What's your prediction?
So I think my interpretation of this is that the technology they're demoing is interpolating. Quick background: I sent O3 a message to research these folks, and I read their TechCrunch article. These are ex-autonomous driver kind of folks. These are lidar guys. This who's sort of this world. So there's a few things going for it, right. You got Ed Catmull on the board, so ex Pixar. That's pretty exciting. But these folks specialized in real world sort of video finding, and they even claim that their data moat is that they strapped a 25-pound backpack with 6 cameras and dual lidar plus IMU. I don't know what that means on hikers to capture 3K 360-degree video with physics grade depth. So they're
IMU is
claiming
like a motion sensor, like see force sensor, so you can see if you're moving.
got it. I think the way this is being presented online, I'm not saying they're presenting it this way, but the way I encountered it on Twitter was these are generated worlds. I don't think these are generated at all. I think they're captured. And the tech they're sort of trying to prove out here with this research preview is the interpolation. So if we capture a world, our model can let you explore it and use the data we have to look at angles or go places that you couldn't before, which is why I think the quality degrades a lot when you start to go places the camera wasn't.
Yeah,
That's
so
my guess.
that lends credence behind this idea that there's like some, as Chris said, pre-captured and maybe pre-processed point cloud behind
Yeah.
the data. And as Chris said, they're interpolating between different locations in that point cloud or different views in that point cloud, or fully reconstructing a visual based on just the point cloud. Either way, they're avoiding the hard part of generating a world. Now, what they might be thinking is that generating a point cloud, what is generating a point cloud beyond generating a Minecraft world? Minecraft worlds are just very large points, but it's effectively a point cloud. And so what they might be proving out here is the rendering step of an already existing voxel or point cloud world.
Right. I think that's right.
And it's still pretty early days, as you can see. The resolution needs help. The
Yeah.
coherence over longer distances and with the sort of world understanding, physics interactions, colliders traditionally in games still needs some work. It is very cool to see how quickly they're able to stream in the frames and how it's
Yeah.
like coherent enough that as
And
Dylan walks down this path, you could see it.
yeah, I mean, I think part of the reason they've gone the resolution is so they can like crank up the frame rate, right?
Yeah.
Like way less pixels you need to like produce per unit time. And that gives the illusion. If you're squinting, this is like very impressive. From the purpose of being a research preview, I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool.
I think so. If we assume this thesis is correct, how is this better or different than Street View? I think in my head, the way that's different is Street View is really just doing this blur that jumps you between images captured, and these folks are saying that you can have continuous movement within the point cloud to figure out what's going on. The part I want to emphasize to the viewers is when you hear world model a lot in AI, it can mean a bunch of different things, but they're not creating a coherent physics game engine that's running in the background so that you could dynamically throw a bowling ball at something.
And
And it's also not clear if the glimmers of physics that we're seeing are part of the model or if there is some deterministic thing running behind the scenes where they're checking, hey, we have this point cloud and the player is intersecting the point cloud, so we're going to stop their movement. And that is unclear.
yeah, like on the edges, you can definitely just bug it out the entire time, which is strange. Like, why would it not be able to continue extrapolating?
Yep. So to put a fine point on it, the founders, Oliver Cameron, ex-CEO of Voyage, acquired by Cruise in 2021. He was VP of product at Cruise before they went down. Jeff Hawk is a ex-Wave AI perception lead, 1.6K citations in CV and robotics. So this feels very much like a real-world data capture, and then we can extrapolate beyond that. And maybe in the future, in a couple of years of this, they can generate novel worlds given enough training data. They seem to be doing the hard work of capturing with a camera.
And there would be two parts to that, right? Which is getting a world that can take point cloud data. Like we might be overusing the word interpolating because they're doing pre-processing on the images that they have and the LiDAR data that they've captured to then probably create a point cloud. And if you can then have a model that renders coherent video from a point cloud, now if you can generate a point cloud from scratch that doesn't require all of that gathering of data, and that point cloud represents a more fantastical world that you couldn't capture in the real world, then maybe they're betting on sort of generalization of the technology they're building and the underlying ability to generate point clouds. As we step through here, we're seeing all real world locations. We're not seeing any sort of, as you would expect in game worlds, any sort of fantastical lands. So while a lot of this is speculation, we can learn a lot from watching.
Yeah, like even as we're walking here, it looks like to the point about not having physics, it doesn't look like you're really walking down the hill, right? It looks like you're just kind of flat moving.
Yeah. So pretty interesting. I mean, we're always super excited for any kind of world model approach.
We're all gamers here, so the dream
gamers,
is
yeah.
that you get any world, any game you want with just a prompt. But this, to me, shows impressive progress on one part of the pipeline, but also we're far away from that dream still, at least with this approach.
I suspect their applications for this are going to stay real world for quite a while. But hey, super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
What this demo is missing for me is walk up to a door and press E to open it. Because now
Yeah.
you're
Right.
firmly not in Street View, right? That would be cool because then you're saying, okay, our engine understood that's a door. I agree with your analysis. Promising research preview, super cool to check out. Not something I expect to see coming to a product in the next few years, but super cool.
I'm quite impressed. I think it's cool that, assuming this is actually like an AI model and it's not fake, pretty awesome. Any closing thoughts, folks?
Yeah, just that we're going to keep following this space in addition to the
Yeah.
LLM space as the world model development heats up. I think we're still in maybe GPT-3 or maybe even BERT days in
Yeah.
the world model space. So, but what we've learned as the different modalities and the different approaches to training models have accelerated over time is that these things happen more quickly than you would expect. And so, like I said before, we're all gamers. We love exploring worlds, and we're very excited to see this continue to develop. So we hope you enjoyed this sort of unconventional video, and let us know what you thought. We're not using our common tests. We're not testing an LLM, but we want to expand a little bit and check out more of the AI space, and we hope you guys enjoy it. So let us know your feedback. If you enjoyed it, give us a like, subscribe as always, helps us grow. And thanks for watching, folks.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.